what current and proposed HRSA policy updates are positioned to impact health systems?
Well, I think anything that comes out of the mega guidance is going to impact health systems. So we'll have to wait and see. Obviously, there's going to be, they'll have to go through a period of where they'll publish. It's at the Office of Budget Management now. We'll go through, it'll get published, and then all the comments will start coming in from all the different stakeholders. And they'll be from all extremes, those pro and those against. You know, there's probably, you know, I think everybody would argue that there's probably some need for some reform of the program. This program, just when you think about the program being introduced in 1992, and we've had two major pieces of healthcare reform introduced since then, you know, with the Medicare Modernization Act and the Affordable Care Act, that has changed how healthcare is provided today. There probably needs to be some look at how this fits in with the rest. Obviously, there's some things with Medicaid that need to be updated with the program and how Medicaid and 340B interface. So I think that the mega guidance will address some of that. I think we're going to see patient definition addressed. There needs to be more clarity on patient definition for all stakeholders in the market. You're certainly going to see, you know, they have rulemaking authority on CMPs, the administrative dispute resolution process and drug pricing. You're going to see guidance coming out on that as far as that's a definite for this year. The other things that you can expect to see, maybe something around contract pharmacies. Exactly what, we don't know. Outpatient covered drugs, defining what an outpatient covered drug actually is, probably will be addressed in the legislation or in the guidance. Let's see, what are the things that might be touched on? Again, Medicaid. I think Medicaid is going to be an issue. And then there's another big area where obviously the drug industry would like to have hospitals' eligibility requirements addressed. You know, hospitals qualify for this program in a totally different way than HRSA grantees. HRSA grantees are actually federally funded organizations that go through and receive grants every year, and then they have actually obligations to provide medications to patients that are 100% or less of the federal poverty level, and then they even have sliding fee scales. Hospitals qualify in a totally different way with their Medicare cost reports and all of that, and then you know, they don't have an obligation to provide an actual discount on a drug to a patient, although many do because it's in common and in sync with what their mission is in caring for those patients that are at safety net organizations. But it'll be interesting to see what types of requirements, especially around hospitals, might be modified in some way. I know there will be certain parts of the industry or the market, different stakeholders that will want some change, and then of course there will be, you know, obviously if you're a hospital you would prefer to have a broader sweep and less limitations. So we'll have to see how that plays out.